Hello, citizens! Today you're going to be watching me, a VTuber with a business degree, play TCG Card Shop Simulator. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so we've run into our first business decision here, which is, of course, setting our shop name. Now, there's a couple theories. We want to make sure that it's not a complex name. Customers shy away from businesses with complex names. We want it simple, we want it quick, easy, rememberable. So, we can make up a word that's great for brand recognition. Nike, Starbucks. They're fake words, guys. No, they're not real. But they're rememberable. People know what they are. They give you brand recognition. Or we can hit some SEO keywords, search engine optimization keywords. So that way when people look up our business on maps, they're like, I need cards. Our card shop will come up and it'll attract more business that way. So in sense, we're doing some advertising with our business name. But I think we are trying to make a card shop empire here. We're going big leagues, okay? So I think what we want is we want the first option here. And let me just come up with the name real quick. There we go. Perfect. I made the perfect name, guys. Look at that. Our first business decision done. So this looks like it's not a $1,000 loan. This looks like it's $1,000 of our own personal money, which isn't a great idea. We really should have taken out a loan. Possibly when our business starts doing better, we can perhaps refinance that loan once we have a better credit rating. But for now, I think it's fine to, I didn't place the order. That you need stock as a business in order to function. So stock is one of the most important things. Let's just load this on up here. Set the item price higher than the market price to be profitable. Now this isn't necessarily true. Our market price right here, we paid $1.47 per card pack. Really? We paid that? And market price is already giving a 95% profit margin, which is pretty good. We can, the price of the cards has gone down, but we want to be a low-cost provider. We want to sell these cards cheap. That is going to be our business model. Our business, our business model. Our business model here is going to be low cost, and that's what we want. We want to flash the competition, cut their prices, and be like, look guys, you can go to the card shop next to us and pay more, or you can come here and pay less. So the fact that it's only $1.99 or $1.47, we can charge $1.99. Now $1.99, another common strategy in order to make people think it's even cheaper than what it is. We're only making a 52-cent profit per card pack, but that should be enough considering we are our strategy entirely is to sell these cards for very, very cheap. We should open up. But we should be able to attract a lot of customers, sell a lot of card packs, not have a lot of stock left over at each day. That's another important thing. Holding costs, now upon first glance in this game, holding costs may appear to not exist. However, when you look deeper, you're buying 2 packs. See, if we had the other price, he probably would have only bought 1 pack. You know, now these are nice and cheap, and you can buy. This is tempting. See, that's what we're talking about. We need. Oh yes, This is. We're talking nice and tempting offers for people. See, look, there we go. It's tempting because we're a low-cost provider. People are willing to buy more simply because we're cheaper than the competition. Speaking of competition, we should probably take a little look here, do some market research, see who our competition is. Looks like we're in a civilian area. So this is going to be something that people stop by on their way to work and coming back from work. These all seem to be apartments. A food market, but this looks kind of like a retail store because they don't necessarily, or a convenience store. They don't necessarily have to sell food. They can also sell card packs. So these might be our biggest competitors here. FM Food Mart, and looks like there's a pizza place, and we have a customer waiting. That's not good. Not good for customer satisfaction. But besides the point, we should probably be able to maintain our identity as a low-cost provider throughout this day. Grab card packs on the shelf and open them to get new cards. 3. All right. This is a very bad idea. You should never... there's a great movie quote about... Okay, we hit a $5 card, though. That was a pretty good idea. There's a movie quote called, "Don't get high off your own supply. Buy a play table." Alright, guys. Now we have some more business theory coming in. So, we have to determine our layout. So we want to make sure people come in, it's an open space, they feel free. Let's see our statistics for the day here. We had 7 dissatisfied customers, apparently, which is really bad. We need to work on our customer service. And we lost almost all of the $1,000 we spent. But when you look at the revenue, we sold $500,000 worth of... We sold over half of our supply. So our holding costs are going to be relatively low. And we should have a low turnover rate on the sales here. So the price stayed the same for the card pack, so we don't have to change that. And the price stayed the same for the box sets, so we don't have to change any of that either. So we should still be seeing people buy a large quantity of card packs and boxes. And as I'm saying that, the first 2 customers are really just big disappointments. But we can't show that on the outside because we have to maintain a high level of customer service. So we have to say, thank you for coming to the store. Please shop with us again at any time. So we'll just tell all our customers that this guy knows how to buy card packs. So that's our target audience here, which is another important thing to set when you're creating a business. Not like that guy. That guy's a really bad audience member. But maybe in the future. I also am just now forgetting that we did not change our storefront. So we can do that now. So we'll have checkout probably be over here. But we want people to look at the cards the second they come in. And how do we do that? By putting shops here. And I forgot to turn the checkout counter around. And for some reason, that's not lining up. I see... We're having a whole bunch of issues here. Because, oh my gosh, that's a lot of cards. Thank you for your kind business, sir. Please come again anytime. I'd love to see you. I'd love to have you here. Alright, now we have to move this. We want to be able to watch our customers. So here, look at how much more open it is now when you walk in. Look at that. It feels so much more spacious. So much better. So much better. Why was Tim and Moby in my... whatever. So I've also found another important part that we can further cut costs on our competition. Our events, this is what people pay to sit down for. They pay to sit down and play the game. We are currently charging the same as nearby stores, but we need to reinforce our ideals as a low-cost provider, which means that we are going to decrease the fee so that way we attract more customers. So for some of you citizens worried about stealing from our store, don't worry. From this big vantage point, I'm able to make sure that everyone's got their hands to themselves and checks out when they purchase items. So we're just making sure that happens. We now have enough to purchase our next requirement, which is the card table. So originally we wanted our layout to just be open, but we're implementing a loop floor plan. So hey, look at all these cool packs that we could buy. And then we want them to look at all these, and then we want them to check out. And if they so desire, we want them to play Petramon. So that's why we're gonna have our tables set up here at the very end. Guys, I've discovered a new vantage point. We can see the whole store in 360. Alright, it was a lot of fun playing TCG Card Shop Simulator. Customers are gonna keep on coming. I hope you learned a thing or two about good business strategy. And if you didn't, well, sorry to hear that. See you in the next one. Bye. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff you're purchasing from us. Thank you, sir. Thank you.